My name on here is actually based on D&D. In D&D, you have this thing, and it's based on your wisdom score. You roll a die, and then you add your bonus to it, and it's called perception check. And um, if you roll high enough, you understand. Like, you pick up on like everything that's in a room, right? You can pick up on characters' intentions. You can pick up on, like traps and hidden doors and all kinds of things, right? And, one, I'm a nerd, but also I feel like it ties into, this reality, right? The more perception you have, the more you see, right? The more you understand, the more things make sense. And if you roll bad or you don't have a high perception, you're not going to see things that other people can see, right? And that's what my whole page is about pretty much. It's about perspectives, you know? I want to open the eyes of people but also like have my eyes opened even more, right? It's about like having awareness and being aware of like psychological tactics and um different variations in the human experience. Like, what makes you the person that you are now? Or what made you the person that you are now, right? What are all these factors that make the people in the world? Because we all start out as kids. We all start out as innocent kids and we're taught and we're conditioned and we could become the people that we are now, but that's not how we start, right? And it's like this whole ideology of like people who you think are disrespectful or you think are horrible human beings or you think all these things, that's understandable, but also you should feel bad for them, right? You should feel bad for them because at one point that they were a child and these things they were molded into this person because of the things that they experienced, um, in their lifetime, right? Like I believe everything is balanced on this scale of trust and distrust. And when you experience trauma, right, or harm from other people, or you get backstabbed, right, like it affects your ability to trust others. And the more messed up stuff you experience, the more darkness of humanity that you experience, the less trust you have in other people. And when you don't trust other people and you begin to develop this mentality of, like, why do I need to do anything for the world? Because the world's not going to do anything for me. I'm the only one who's going to look out for myself. And you start to become selfish and only care about yourself, right? And as that progresses, right, you get into these really dark, like, types of characters, right? And like a prime example is like, Sweeney Todd or, Count de Monte Cristo, like people who have lost their families, their children, their spouses, and they don't have anything to live for, and they're at the depths of depravity, right? Like people who unalive themselves, right? They unalive themselves because they have gotten to a point in their like reality where they feel like that there's nothing that they can do, right? They have gotten so dark up here in their psychology and the way that the world sees that there's no coming back from that, right? And that's all based on the things that people experience, right? And then you have people, right? You have two types of people. You have who want to procreate, right? Because that's more like self-destructive. You get to the point you're like Joker. You just want to watch the world burn. You just want to inflict the same pain into other people because you experienced it and so other people should have to experience it, right? But then on the flip side of that, you have people who progress the idea of humanity through one of two ways, right? One is through subjugation and dominion and things like that, and the other one is through like harmony and peace and cooperation and compassion and empathy, right? Both extend the line of humanity. Both help advance our species, right? But one is about like, the species as a whole, where the other one is more so like about immediate family. I'm going to take care of my immediate family. That's the only thing that matters to me. Make sure my immediate family has all this luxury, all this goods, right? Because if you look at it like wealthy people, greed and all that, it started out from scarcity, right? Like say I'm a squirrel and I hoard nuts for the winter, right? But I don't ever want to have to worry about nuts. So I keep hoarding nuts and I keep hoarding nuts and I keep doing it. And eventually I have all the nuts and none of these other squirrels have enough nuts. But I don't care about them because I care about my own survival, right? If that makes sense. But it's all about like, how there's no real difference between you and me. The difference is I was born where I was born and you were born where you were born, to your parents, in your country, in your culture, your family, your values, right? Like, and that's something that we don't get to pick. There's a lot of things that we feel like we made the decisions to get to where we are, to get to the person that we are now, but in reality we made choices to paths that were offered to us. It wasn't like an infinite path and we just got our choice. It was a very limited options and we chose what we felt like at the time was the best option, right? And then later on we make choices based on our previous choices, right? Like if I am offered two things, Panda Express or, KFC, and I get Panda Express and I like Express, the next time I try it, it's like, should I get, Panda Express, or should I try this thing I've never tried before, right? Or let's just say I like KFC and or I don't like KFC, right? And then the next time I see fried chicken and I'm going to look back, well, I didn't like KFC and KFC is similar to this fried chicken thing. So I'm not going to take this. I'm going to take this other thing instead, right? So it's like when you first make your choices without any previously existing knowledge, that's free will. You're making that decision, but then like as you progress, it's like free will becomes questionable because you are making decisions based off of these experience you already have, almost like a computer program, right? You are a biological conditional statement. If this, then this. If this happens, then I'm going to do this, right? If this decision is offered, I'm going to choose this. But ultimately, I look at it like this, right? You have the people in the world who want to cooperate, right? Have compassion for one another. They want everybody to succeed and everybody to do well. And then you have the people who have witnessed the darker aspects of humanity and they've lost trust in other people, right? And just imagine like this mound in front of you, and this is just a mound of human bodies all clawing to get to the top, right? And the goal is to get to the top, to be the top dog, to be empowered, to be in charge, to only trust in yourself and have all these underdogs below you, right? And then when you're there, you're safe. You're not vulnerable to anybody anymore. You have all the power, right? And that is like, that may be something that a lot of people don't even realize themselves. That's why I really value, and I tell people that they should, do self-reflection and ask themselves questions like, who am I? How did I become the person that I am now? Is this actually the person that I am? How much of who I am now is a conscious decision, and how much of it is from these layers that I have developed in my experience of life, right? And unpeeling those layers and figuring out like who you really are. Otherwise, you become controlled by these things that you don't even realize, right? Competition, power, scrambling to the top. I want authority, right? And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's because you were that kid and you don't want to get hurt anymore. And you want to feel safe and you want to be in a safe place where, nobody can hurt you, right? You want to be liked, right? It all starts out like innocent things, right? Like, I want my friends to like me. I'm going to do things to get my friends to like me, right? And then sometimes those things become like competitive. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this person is liked more than me, right? And it's like, and it goes from like this innocent thing of just wanting friends and just wanting to be liked to, you know, like competition and popularity and things like that.